And
Oh yeah, that too.
we have Jennifer Mother effin' Hartswick up in here.
It's on my birth certificate.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Sorry, I had to give it a little fun, right? Come on. So we saw you performing with the Nth Power.
Oh
then-
man.
And then they said, you're going to do your thing. And the people that we were sitting up there with, another set of angels, schooling us all on the Nth Power. And she was your biggest fan, random, sitting next to her. We were all talking. The second you got up, we all got up and started dancing. Your soul, your voice, your power, your beauty, like, what the heck? And that's not even the best part.
Why'd you do that, Jen?
Well, wait a minute. The best part is your heart. And when we
Sweet.
talked on No Simple Road for the first time, and we had that conversation that we did, you were part of our family talk from now on. And we send you Reiki, I send you Reiki energy all the time. And I love you, and thank you for helping Darwin. And I just wanted to say that before we got going.
Wait, you
with this
can't wait a minute.
interview.
What I was going to say,
That's
I wanted
really
to say,
inside,
That's
Mel.
one thing I love to say. And we talked about it a little bit on the show when we had Jennifer on. And she performed distance Reiki on our dog Darwin, who's having like hip dysplasia problems, and it helped.
It really.
He was doing better, and it was great.
He's getting around almost like we've done stuff also, of course, but like his demeanor changed. He got that little gleam in his eye, and
Yeah.
Well,
said
we
it.
told you he came back for more. He
Yeah.
showed up in another person's Reiki thing. Like, remember me? That was awesome. That was so cool.
And that's him too. Yeah.
That's what you said. You're like, that's his personality.
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
So Jen, how's your peach been so far? Your experience?
I always have a good peach. This is only day 3 for me, so I'll stay an extra day to experience whatever you've experienced in 4 days.
Yes.
No, it's been great. I was here with Nth on Friday, and then Trey yesterday, and you guys today, and I'll probably be with Star Kitchen in a little bit, and gonna go check out The Word. My husband's playing bass with The Word tonight, and so yeah, good
No big
times.
deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
Nope.
So
And it shouldn't be,
Yeah.
right?
Just
Because
another
you're living
day.
your life.
Yeah.
And this is another thing I thought about. Because you were talking about that person coming up to you and saying that. If we just literally authentically live our life like good, in a good way, it's gonna bless somebody else, period. You don't have to try to do it. It's just, they see somebody walking with cute little swag, a dope little skirt, a cute hat, whatever, and you're like, yes, get it, do your thing. You're just minding your own business, you're just walking along. But that's a big deal for us to let ourselves be more authentic. If you're crazy, then freaking own it. I'll be like, dang, that girl's getting it. She is hollering and hooting and right on, right? And so just by you, yeah, dude, my husband's playing bass and I'm playing last night and the day before, it's no big deal. Why is it no big deal? How do you keep that kind of composure?
I think it's exactly what you said. I mean, I have the luxury of doing what I do for a living. And that whole crap about like, you love what you do, you'll never work a whole day, is such crap. It's like you work harder because you are more inclined to do so because you care.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so we all work really hard so that, my work day doesn't include the show. My work day is everything leading up to showtime. Showtime's the reward, as far as I'm concerned. It's the travel, it's the, every day,
Yes.
whatever. It's all the millions of things that you don't know happen before the show because it's none of anybody's business. That's like all the trauma that we internalize.
That's right.
But yeah, no, the work part is not the show. The reward is the show.
Well, the show is a big deal. That's one of the things that I kind of realized this weekend too, is that the festival experience is so much more than the music. It's so much more than that. It's the friends that you meet, it's the community, it's the feeling of being together as a tribe, it's camping and doing the whole thing, and the music just happens to be there serenading you while you're living this wonderful...
Yeah, it becomes the soundtrack to the experience that you're having.
Yes, totally, 100%.
Yeah.
But there are moments,
Transformative ones.
like last night,
Yeah.
that shake the ground. Like the earth opens up. There's a thing that goes down, and it's palpable. It's not even like an ephemeral thing anymore. It's a tangible entity that's in the room with everybody, and you can see it like playing out its part through people and their personalities and doing its thing, and it's really cool. But I've always wondered, when you're up on stage and that's going down out in the crowd, what's the experience of standing on the stage and seeing it from that perspective turned around?
It's always different, and depending on what's happening on stage, that informs what's happening out there in a couple different ways. First and foremost, we have to have it together on stage, which takes up a lot of brain power if you're doing it right. There isn't a moment in the Trey show where every single person is not paying attention to every single other person on stage. So that takes the most brain power, because we really do look at it as like a bunch of pistons in this machine that where it's not like, oh, somebody's soloing, so now I get to just shut. That's never it. It's always supporting. Everyone's in a support role at all times. So that takes up most of the room in your brain. And then if you're cool, if you can coast for 5 seconds, then you can look out and be like, oh, damn, people are having a good time.
Oh, wow.
You can feel it. I just don't watch it because we're busy. You know what I mean?
And I could see how you could get caught up to a miss shit. Like,
oh, yeah. I'm not saying it hasn't happened.
right?
You're like, damn, fourth row, what the fuck? Like, yes, get it. I'm sorry, what was happening? That's our job first and foremost, is to give you guys the experience that you want, and do it well. So that takes up most of the brain waves, but you can feel. So I don't watch, I feel.
Well, and we also, when we talked to you on the show, like, we barely talked about music.
I know.
We did.
That is true.
So great.
As usual.
I love it.
Well, don't start now.
I'm going to
But
start.
you have an album coming out.
I do.
I mean, that's
I do.
hella exciting.
I'm really
can we
super
talk
stoked.
about
give it up.
Can we talk about the album?
The single comes out July 8th, and the whole record comes out September 9th. So next week is the single.
Okay, what's the name of the album?
Name of the album is Something in the Water.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's got a real sassy cover. You might not be ready for it.
I don't know if I'm ready. You're right. I don't know.
I'm just saying it's the
I
truth.
still want to see it though.
You're going to see it.
What's in the water, Jen?
Something. All kinds of shit.
Dang. So what's the is there a theme to this? Is this a collaboration? Is this what kind of album is this?
I co-wrote the album with my long-time friend and musical soulmate Nick Casarino from the Nth Power, and also Aaron Boyd, and we holed up in this beautiful place in Vermont for a week and a half in January.
That's
it was
inspiring
10
already.
feet of snow on the ground, and we built bonfires, and we cooked, and we wrote, and we laughed, and we cried, and we cooked, and we made bonfires, and and it was a really, really, and the entire experience was purely for just writing. And I've never done that before. I usually want to make a
sleepaway
record.
camp for writing?
What's that?
A sleepaway camp for
Yes,
writing?
that's exactly what it was. But like adults and fun, and like not, we didn't stay up past our bedtime. That's a lie. No, but it was a really fun writing experience. And what came out of it was, I think, like a really, really cool record. And on the album it's me and Nick, Christian McBride on bass, who is just like, are you kidding me? One of my oldest and dearest friends, Connor Elms, is on drums. He and I started our first band when we were 7.
What?
What?
We were called the Second Generation because our parents were musicians.
Oh, cute.
I played bass in that band
Is
and
there
alto
any video,
sax.
any video or recordings?
Yeah.
None that will come out, but yes.
That was like it would have been like 1987, so it was like this camcorder, like a shoulder camcorder.
The big old.
And we were too poor to have one, but his parents not too poor to have one. They have some fetish. Anyway, so he's on it. Celise is on it.
What?
Shira Elias is on it. Maureen Murphy is on it. it's a really special album. It's like for you guys to hear it.
That's exciting. Congratulations
Thank you
on
very much.
birthing a baby.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like you said, this
Yeah.
collaboration, and then having to cut down and mix and take and all that. My daughter, she just, her and her husband just put out an album, not an album. They're doing an EP, but they dropped their single, and they also did a video simultaneously with it. And all the things that go into it, she's like, Mom, I never realized that, like, when you get the raw form of the song, that's what you think you love and you want, but then people start coming in and helping. It's hard to like take parts away from the song that you already
sure.
thought
Yeah.
were awesome,
Right.
but then they put something else in, and now it's like
Right.
different, awesome in a different way.
Right. It's opening your art to someone else for critique is a very hard pill to swallow. You know, it's like you want to think that you know that you know best. That's why people have producers. You know.
Yeah.
But you also have to have people that you trust involved in that stuff, because if you don't, then all of a sudden the essence of who you are gets ripped right out of the song or right out of the album, and
Yeah.
it's just like, whose music is this, man? So you got to be careful about that. But surrounding yourself with I think a very small team of people who really get you is really important.
It sounds like you work with same people for years and years and years, and
Yeah.
you're like saying your musical soulmate.
Yeah, I mean, and we continue to push each other too. It's like we've grown up with each other. I met Nick when he was 14 years old, and we've been working together ever since. And he pushes me in like really interesting ways, but like it's all with love, which isn't always the case. You know, you work with somebody and they don't care.
No, I don't know what you're
It's just
talking
like,
about.
Yeah, no. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right.
It's that inner working, that dynamic is such a process. That is such a huge deal.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that even doing this for the three of us has been like this monumental, I don't even know.
Well, this
the
has
word.
been like all of our good and bad things in front of an audience in real time, and we we never meant to be performers.
There's no do-overs or call it,
Yeah.
Aaron. Like, I didn't like that. We're gonna redo that.
Welcome to the
We're gonna
party.
Edit that later. Yeah.
Thank you for the warm
Yeah.
welcome.
You know,
I mean, it's a lot harder and easier than I thought, because it's like, well, screw it. I said something dumb, or I didn't do the right thing, or
Listen, people need to see real things.
Yes,
People
and
need to see people being real. Like that's
Jen.
it's so important.
Well, I think that's part of the charm of the show, in
Yeah.
the sense that, like, we are so comfortable with each other that no matter where I go, I'm always home.
Yeah.
So I'm so comfortable that I can be normal and be myself,
Yeah.
even if I'm mildly uncomfortable in a
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And so I'll just be like, kind of buddy up with one of them and be
Right.
like, oh, I'm grounded again.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
got your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got to say, I love the live thing like this, because it's performing. It's like live. It's like standing on the edge and taking a chance. More dangerous. It's like, you screw up.
stakes
screw
are
up.
higher.
Everybody laughs about it. You laugh about it. You go on.
You have a
On to
moment.
the
You don't
next
just
thing.
wonder if
Yeah.
everyone on the other side of the screen is swearing at you.
Yeah, would you please stop talking?
Like, that
Yeah.
wasn't funny, bro.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
I wonder though, like, we were talking last night about having conversation, right? And I think all
Talking about talking.
Yeah, all conversation is
Yeah, we talk
improv,
about
right?
talking.
All-
Oh, yes.
right? But doing this, when we talked to you on Zoom, I didn't have a list of questions that I was going to ask you. We just had a conversation. And we realized that, like, we're doing the same thing that you guys are doing on the stage by doing this. We're improvising and putting ourselves out there on the edge to see what's going to happen. Has there ever been moments, Jen, that, like, on a big stage, that, like, it's not happening? And you just,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Well, and if other people can tell, because sometimes, like, musically, people can't tell. Like, you screwed up, but
Yeah, probably most of the time people can't tell. But yeah, there's definitely times like I would say large stage, small stage, it doesn't matter. Like, if it's not happening, it's not happening.
Right.
And for whatever reason, and it's probably just, I could never count the times that that's happened, where like, we'll be in the middle of something and it's just like super not happening. And sometimes it's so good and everybody is just like super in the zone and you couldn't do anything wrong if you tried. And then there's times where it's just like, well, fail.
Oh.
That was a dumb line. Why the hell did we play that line? And like, Trey will look back and be like, go to the other part. You know what I mean? Like, what? It's just like, sorry, we fucked up. I'm sorry. I should have read the room a little better. But like that happens like at almost every show. There's like one thing that's like, because it is so much.
Well, James Casey said
Improvisation.
something amazing yesterday.
I'm not surprised.
Well, he said a lot of things
Oh,
amazing,
yeah,
but the thing in
man.
particular that I was
Forget
thinking
about
about
it.
was about performance and how he's such a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And then he
giggles.
said, well, I realize that 4 hours of playing, there's no perfection.
Yeah.
You can't be perfect
Yeah.
4 hours at a time. Sorry, it's not going to happen. But there is
Apple
such
can.
thing as excellence.
There's
you know,
what? Excellence?
excellence.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is something attainable.
Yeah.
I can be excellent in myself right now at this moment.
Yeah. And still make mistakes and
absolutely.
still be excellent. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Last night in the show, I'm going to call him out right now.
Yes.
Last night in the show, he leaned over to us and he goes, I'm still so upset about that singing from 2 songs ago. I'm really sorry, you guys. For 2 whole other songs. All he's thinking about is, man, I
He
really blew
carried
that
that
one
with
note, huh? And we just both looked at him, we're like, we literally have no idea what you're talking about. I said, truly, like, no idea what you're talking about, but okay. Do you feel better now
I
that you
forgive
know?
you, I guess.
Yeah, you're
So-
forgiven.
So even being on stage with him and knowing that's not like you didn't catch the mistake
No,
that he heard
no.
himself do and was the only one.
He's ridiculous. He's an incredible No. I was like, okay, bro, you feel better now? Okay.
That's awesome.
I want to change lanes here.
Change
a little
vibes?
bit. Yeah, I want to ask you something. This is completely selfish question. And just going for it, whatever. So,
Do you like me, yes or no?
yeah.
Check
Can you
yes.
check the box?
Go ahead. Okay, sorry.
Sometimes when we talk to people, we have a great conversation and it's fun and then we're done. And off into the wilderness, whatever. And there's other times, like with you, that something else happens. It's I don't know what that is. And you
Magic.
feel like you met the person, you connected with who they are, and that they're like, they become part of your family, right? And what do you think that is, Jen?
That feeling?
What do you think, like, that particular thing that happens with
Bond?
people? What is that?
When that happens, and it did happen with you guys, that's not a one-sided thing. And I talked to James about it yesterday before he came up here. I was like, you're gonna have a great time. Those people are amazing. And then when he got back, I said, how did it go? He's like, it was awesome. I was like, yeah, we did this whole thing and like we talked about all kinds of stuff that like I would never talk about. He goes, me too. That was the conversation that he had with you yesterday. So just so you know, that's all very unscripted and very much how it happened. I have this sort of feeling that like when I meet people and have a brief encounter with them that's so special, I feel like we've probably done this before in some other life. And so much so that some of the people that I meet, and this has happened twice in the last year to me, I call them by the wrong name entirely. And I really and I'm so sure that that's their name. I have to think about her name. I'm like, okay, her name is Selena. I've called her Elliot 40 times. And like I know that like I've spent another life with you, and in that life your name was Elliot, dude, and you were a guy.
Dang.
You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
I feel like when those things happen, and same with this other guy that anyway, it happens to me. And I know that the bond is deeper than whatever is happening in this moment. And so that's
Yes.
how I look at it. I figure like we've been friends before.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Got it.
Deal.
Yeah,
Is that the answer you were expecting?
NBD with Jennifer Hartswick.
Sort of,
Kind of
yes.
is, yeah,
Sort of,
yeah.
yes. I mean, I think it is past life thing. I've never.
something.
I don't know.
not-
Like,
oh,
whatever.
this-
It's not one thing. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Yeah.
First of all, we
know you knew one.
we're not allowed to know what that is. We're only allowed to feel what that is.
Yeah. Yep.
And we can write about it or sing about it, but we're not allowed to know what it is. We can only explain our feelings about it because, like I said, after that, I was like, why do I love her so much? I can't wait to hug her. I can't wait to hang out. Yeah, and that's happened a lot this weekend. It really I feel like the East Coast really is helping me heal a lot in ways that I didn't even understand. Like I was telling Aaron on the way here, when I was a little girl, I'm from the Bronx, okay, and then we moved when I was about 10 to Las Vegas. But that time that I was here, I remember wanting to go to the Poconos so bad because somebody in my family had gone and I wasn't able to go, and I always wanted to go. And as we're driving, we passed the Poconos sign, and I was like, oh shit, Peach could have been in Atlanta or New Haven, who knows? But it's right here, right past it just that kind of life where the serendipity is the norm, and that is the life that we're living. And it's just cool to acknowledge it with other people that are living like that. And I think that that's what it is more than what we're saying. It's like we're on that level of allowing synchronicity to be the typeface for our strut into life. Yeah. So that's my 2 cents of what I think it is. Explanation.
Wow, that's more than 2 cents. That was definitely more. What about you, Apple? What do you think?
Well, I was going to say, I'm sitting over here thinking, I just got to say, this is where, now it's my turn. We always say we've been accused of being gushy and unprofessional. I just want to be gushy and unprofessional with Jennifer for a minute, because we talk to a lot of artists and stuff and everything, and then just a short background, I was raised by all women. My dad's in my life now, but raised by all women, very healthy respect for women and strong women, and raised with that. And even before we talked to you on the podcast, I admired you so much, the power in your voice and in your playing and everything. And then talking to you and getting to know that person side of you on top of it. Right now, I'm a little nervous and a little starstruck sitting up here with you, and that doesn't happen a lot with people. You're so just talking to you and getting to know you, and all the kind of the Reiki and everything you do on top of that. And you remind me of my sister, who I lost in 2012 to cancer. So there's this connection, and then to hear you say that connection wasn't just one-sided, that you bonded with us, and it was obvious from that interview. It is just so great to meet you in person today. But when we saw you with the Nth Power on that stage, that blew my mind. And the other thing I love too is that's not necessarily a lot of younger people's music, that thing, and that some groups I saw them starting to walk away, and it was mostly their girls that were grabbing them, and no, we're staying here. And when you were up there singing, the way the women start moving to your dance, and it's infectious. And I just want to say thank you for everything you do. And it is so nice to finally meet you and get a hug today. And
That's really sweet, dude. Aww.
And that's the thing. You're empowering to everybody. Obviously,
that's
to
true.
women,
To the
but
nth
also
power.
to men. Yeah, to the Nth Power.
Loves
And
dumb
then
dad
to see
jokes.
you see you on stage last night with Trey. I've seen Fish, but I've never got to see Trey, Tab. And to see you up there, what is happening on that stage? We were just blown away by the conjuring of stuff that was going on, and the way, and to hear some of the Fish songs in a different.
Got a Jaboo though?
Yeah.
What?
Oh man.
It's just amazing. You were so
Thank
empowering,
you.
Jennifer.
Thank you. I don't even know what to say to that. Thank
You
you.
don't
I'll
have
just
to
sit
say-
over here and cry. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I'm not crying. You're
Me too.
crying.
That's what I love.
For real,
we
though.
love emotion, and we love that we
Well,
get deep. James said that yesterday when James first, he's like, I don't even really know why you guys want to talk to me.
Because I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
I don't know.
Me neither,
I don't
bro.
know
Let's
what,
go for it.
I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're like, neither do we. And it turned into the best conversation, and it got deep and emotional, and it's just amazing. This community, these artists, all of us, it's just amazing.
Yeah, man.
What
And
has been created.
This thing that we're at, Peach, like I said it yesterday, it takes a lot to do this. This is a Herculean task to put this thing on. So you just don't know. I'm getting a minor glimpse into the backstage side of this thing, and it's a beast that's happening back there.
Yeah, it is.
But this festival is very special. The vibe here is different than any other festival that I've been to. The people here are just amazing. Not that other places aren't, but this is just different. And 10 years is a long time to do something. And there's something very special about a 10th anniversary and like the energy that brings and whatever. But I'm curious what your experiences of this festival past have been. Like what's your take on Peach and how is it different?
Yeah, no, this is maybe at least my third beach festival. I want to say third. Every time we come here, it's just like, from a musician standpoint, it's such a professionally run situation. Sometimes you get to festivals and it's,
No.
like the stage is by like the Double Dumpster, and you're playing on the last day, and it hasn't been emptied in 4
Oh.
days. Sometimes that
Nobody wants
happens.
that.
I won't name names. No, but the stuff that like it's in the details, and every time we come here, it's just like we feel like every detail has been taken care of because
Yep.
everyone has been doing this for. This is nobody's first rodeo.
No.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe somebody's, but you have a team of hundreds whose rodeo it is not their first. So from a technical standpoint, that's a really beautiful thing. And then also when you add on top of it like an anniversary, it's like people just feel a little bit more like they're a little more excited. They're a little more, they like bring more friends where like maybe they brought 2 before and now they're bringing 4 or 5,
Yeah.
and it's just a special thing. But it's a really, I don't know, it's just a special place, special festival.
Yeah,
I noticed that today, just coming in here today. Usually, we've all been to lots of festivals. Usually, by the 4th day, the grounds are a little not kept up.
Right.
Like the bathrooms are like everything is clean. The hill is clean. This place
Yeah.
it's amazing.
That's what I mean. It's like
it
the
doesn't
attention
feel
to
like day
detail.
4. It's fresh every day.
I mean,
Well, up here,
it feels like
this-
day 4. It doesn't look like
the
day
head
4.
and body and everything, but I'm talking about the grounds.
The grounds.
They do a wonderful job here.
Yeah, man, that seeing what goes on here has blown my mind. Seeing how clean everything is, like Apple was saying, and just the way that everything is laid out. It doesn't seem like 30,000 people are here, but there is somehow. And there's something really unique and special about the festival experience, because when we go to shows, it's an experience that we're having within 2 or 3 hours, and then we get in an Uber and we go home, and hopefully we remember the show. And but this is different because we have an opportunity to
Marinate in it.
that was the exact word I was going to use, marinate
felt
in it
it.
a little bit. And the connection that you gather with the people around you becomes much more, your energy gets synced
It's
up
intense.
more. Yeah. And it's really it seems to me to be like an incubator for change in people. If you allow yourself to open up to the experience that is going on around you here, this is an opportunity for real positive, immense change to take place inside of you. I've had some crazy weird realizations here, and I don't think that apart from here that would have been able to go down the way it did. Maybe I would have learned the same lesson, but not like this. And one thing I noticed too about this is that this may just be me, but even the hard lesson here in the festival is it's gonna be all right. You were an asshole, but it's okay. Don't do it again.
Right.
And having that safety and comfort, I think is the word I'm looking for. That comfortable,
Nurturing.
space to have an experience like that, and you can just release into it and go, is very rare nowadays. The world is bonkers, man. It has lost its nuts, and when you're out there, you never know if you have to put your guard up, like what. But here, I just like, what's up, man? You know,
there's like a level of trust by just being here, and that is not the way that the world works. I feel like everybody's sort of here
On
like,
defense all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you come here, it's sort of like the baseline that everybody comes with is like some sort of open friendliness, you know?
Right.
And then you build upon that four days
yeah.
into it. Now all of a sudden, but I think we live in a world where it's like we can't trust each other. You know, you can't trust that stranger over there. You can't, you know, like what happens if I open up to that person? Then, whatever the case may be, like we're living in this like weird, fearful society. That's how I feel.
Oh no, it's out there. I'm seeing remnants of that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a really beautiful thing to just be able to let that guard down a little bit and have an experience together.
well,
I want to say thank you for everybody that showed up to
Yeah.
make that happen.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking time.
Yeah.
You, everybody for taking time to help create you
you too, Apple.
You especially.
Stosh over there, you too. But no, to help build that festival experience, to build the infrastructure for a safe, nurturing way to break down and build back up before we go back into that kind of crazy world.
The fun part of it too is we get to step away from that world out there and stuff. Last night we had a hilarious experience. Like after we left the shows last night, we're walking up the hill. I know we all have these. When you're walking back to camp, it's towards the end of the night, you get in these weird conversations with the people that you don't really know you're walking with, and we're walking. And somebody had it. Well, we turned it into like it was like almost a political thing in the
About
middle
bubbles.
about bubbles. Somebody had a bubble gun. It was one, and this one guy. We're all joking, but it's like, damn it! How old do you think I am? I'm so over this. Bubbles are so 2002, and it turned the whole thing. And it was like, yeah, this is dividing the country. You're either pro bubble or not bubble. There's no in between with bubbles. I got a bubble in my eye, and it turned into this whole thing, like 5-minute bubble debate, walking up the hill at the end of the night, like everybody tired. It was hilarious. And then the guy was just like, thank you, man, I really need to get that bubble shit off my chest. It's been stewing for we like fist bump and then disappear into the night. Those are the experiences up here too that you don't get anywhere else.
Well, and at the end of the day, man, I think one huge thing that we can all take away from it is that the goal, at least for me, is to not lose this for as long as I can between things. It's very easy to come here, let go, be open, be all happy and friendly, and then go back out there and be the same person you were before you came here. That is not the game. That's not what we're doing. We're coming here for change, for experience, for whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Growth.
And if you're doing that, take that feeling, Mickey said that fairly well. Take the feeling that you have here and go out and do something good with it. Like, try and hold on to this a little while. And like with me,
Savor it.
The game that I play is like, I try and stretch it as long as I can. And when I feel it start to slip, I'm like, okay, time to go back. Like, the windshield gets dirty from the world out there. And this is like the car wash. And your car is going to be clean for a little while. Try and keep it clean while you're out there. And like,
Maintain
do your
it.
thing. Like, think about this, man. When you're at a festival and you see somebody standing at the water fountain or whatever, you're waiting somewhere. You're not afraid to walk over to that person and be like, hey, man, what's up? How's your day? Did you enjoy the show last night? What are you eating? You know, whatever. If you're not at a festival, you don't do that. You're like, fuck that guy. Hey, man, try that sometime. Watch what happens. Mel gets so annoyed with me. I talk to everybody, everywhere we go. She's like, I take you to the grocery store, you don't shut up.
Never.
That's how we connect as human beings to each other, man. That's the way that we feel the divinity around us. You know, it's like my frame of reference, however yours is, whatever. But like, that thing that we have here, we need to bring it out into the world and spread it because those ripples do good. These musicians are putting it all on the line. Jen's whole life is doing this so that we can have an experience. That's huge.
That is pretty huge.
That's gigantic, Jen. So the least we can do, that's the least we can do is to be like, okay, well, maybe I'll try and be happier. You know what I?
Thanks for
put it
spreading your
simply.
love, Jen.
Man, it's my pleasure. Thanks
Seriously.
for receiving it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for sharing your time too. You share your time with us, your love, everything, your energy. Thank you so
Yeah.
so
I
much.
appreciate you guys. It's really nice to see you.
Love
Yeah, in real
I
life.
love you back.
Yeah.
So,
Yay.
so your husband's gonna be playing bass
He's
with
playing
Soul
bass.
Kitchen later. Do you have anything
No,
else?
with
or-
the word.
The word.
Oh, with the word. With the word. Okay.
Yep. I'm playing with Star Kitchen in a minute.
You're playing
All
a
right,
Star
that's what I was-
Kitchen.
I was
Okay,
trying
you
to
didn't
get
mention that,
Aaron
which
to,
I
like-
love them.
Aaron
I'm gonna
doesn't
get up there with
like
them.
he's on his rant, and I'm
That-
like trying to get his attention, and I'm like,
No, you can't stop
We
the
have
train.
Patrick over here. We
Once
got to
again, no,
switch. Like
no, we got
the whole
7
thing.
hours. We're going to be in here all day, man.
I'm not leaving. Wait, I'm supposed to leave?
How do you
was
connect
gonna
with your
say,
spouse
I-
when they're not paying attention?
I'm personally going to be going to watch Jennifer over on the mushroom stage. So if you want to keep going,
Yeah, you go ahead.
yeah, sorry, we're done.
We have a date. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But thanks,
Thank
Jen.
you,
We
Jen.
appreciate you.
I love you
thank
guys.
you so
It's great
much.
to see you. Thanks for
Patrick, you want to
coming.
come up, man?
Yeah.
You can hang out. Okay.
Come on, Patrick.
Can someone take a picture with me with the crew and tag No Symbol
Really?
on my phone?
Oh, yes.
Hi, Jen.
Hello.
I've seen all the Peach Fests you've performed at with Trey.
Uh-huh.
It's my 9th Peach Fest,
Wow.
and I'm one of the beer guys that walks around and sells beer while you play.
Wow. How is that?
It's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
How come you never offer me a beer?
You want a beer?
I mean,
I'll go get you a beer right now.
I was saying.
He would,
I
too.
mean, yeah.
would.
After this,
For free,
for sure.
too. Usually I have to charge a ridiculous amount of money for it, but it's a pleasure. We're here to talk about Peach, and it's a pleasure to be here. And as I said, it's my 9th, and I've been working. I'm a special case because I've been doing this job for a long time. Sporting events, country shows, every genre of music. I've worked all of it. I happen to be ahead as well. I happen to love improv music and whatever, and I'm a musician myself. So this is it's kind of a trip right now. Can someone ask a question to?
Yeah, I got you,
someone?
man.
Okay.
I got you, brother. So let me
Hell
put
yeah,
this.
Patrick.
Let me frame this for everybody.
Yeah.
We were
the
talking.
reason we wanted Patrick up
Yeah,
here, right?
that's what I'm
Okay.
getting there. So, 10th Peach anniversary. Like I said, it's a huge thing, and there's a lot of stories from 10 years of Peach. There's a
yeah.
lot that's happened here, and you can't get it all, right? But Patrick is a listener of No Simple Road and happens to be a Patreon supporter, which is like
That's true.
he went the extra mile and like helps
Chan
us do what
donators
we do.
unite.
yes, Patrick.
Amazing.
And during the pandemic, for sure, I was alone for a long time, and just listening to you guys really helped me through.
Right on,
Because
man.
the conversations you have are the conversations we have with our friends, and you do it in front of people, and it comforts people, and it's big,
Yeah.
and people get to know you through that, and immediately friends
Yeah, oh, yeah.
without, before meeting each other. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
very cool.
So we had communicated on Instagram quite a bit, and then when he heard that we were coming, he's like, "Just look for the guy in the green shirt that's selling beer." And at every festival, you could not have your friends with you, and then you show up and they're standing right in front of you. Like he was one of the first people that we saw when we got here.
I'm conspicuous.
Yeah. And so I thought,
That's how I make my money.
right? So I thought, who better to tell the story of Peach than this guy that's boots on the ground, has seen it from the inside and the outside. So,
And the bottom and the top, too.
yeah, I'm sure. So you were going to tell me about the wagon
Okay,
races,
yeah.
man.
So Jen,
tell me a little bit.
Obviously,
Jen, do you know
I
about
don't
the wagon races?
I don't know if this comes to your level. I'm sure there's levels that we happen to hear that we don't hear about. But one thing is cool, and actually, I come from a DIY punk rock. As a kid, there's a DIY thing happening at this festival that happens every year. That's become a mainstay that people come back for, and they participate. And the big one is the wagon races. So it happens on Saturday nights. So we're on a ski slope. I don't know, like this is a ski mountain, and there's a huge water park, and we're in a ski lodge. And to get up here, people bring wagons, right, to haul their stuff up the mountain. I don't know if it was the first year. I missed the first year. But the second year, people had the idea to bomb down the ski slope in their wagons.
In like a radio flyer?
Like,
what kind
no,
of
like
wagon?
radio-
Folding wagons, the camping.
Actually,
Okay. I just like, I need a visual on the
there's,
wagon.
like, there's pro level ones and
Pro level
like,
wagon.
yeah, there's like standard issue, and now it's all like run really well. There's certain ones that I guess they're the best to send your life down the hill on. I've never done it, but I've certainly seen people. And by the way, okay, so just to paint it, now they have like 3 ambulances at the bottom of the hill, and they like coordinate it with everyone. But yeah, it goes down every Saturday when everything lets down, and it's a crazy party. And like you can see footage, and there's people really getting like 25, 30 miles an hour hit.
And
they
these
practice.
wagons aren't like made to, they're made to haul your shit from your car to your camp.
Yeah. And the crowd, there's not real boundaries. There's not like a fence or anything. People will just plow right into the crowd. But everyone knows, like, people come by with bullhorns. They're like, watch out, the next race is starting. Actually, last night I noticed they were actually betting on the races.
Oh my God.
They were betting on the races.
Hell yeah.
So have you seen anybody like actually get hurt?
No, and I think I was telling Apple, like, you can win Peach Fest if you make it down the
Just
hill.
by making it to the bottom of the hill
Without eating
wiping
shit.
out, you're a winner.
Yeah.
You are a winner.
Then you win Peach Fest.
So like what's funny about this is you think that this is like a one-off, right?
People train now, for real.
So we did a ticket giveaway for Peach, and I was like, tell us your favorite festival moment. And I'm like waiting for like, I met the love of my life. Like everybody's like, the wagon races. And I was like, what is the wagon races? Well, there it
That's
is.
the wagon race.
Yeah,
You know, you say that you've worked all these different events, right?
I have.
And coming here for 9 years in a row is a lot. And like we've been talking about how like this is different. Is that your experience too?
Oh, it's home. It's like coming here is home. And my 9th year, like, I know how to do it the right way, because for me, my job is really physically demanding. I'm carrying like cases of beer all day through the night, and 4 days of that, it's really taxing on your body and stuff. And I also want to have fun, you know, and I'm a music lover. So it's very special here. It's always been. And I don't know, to speak on the music, and there's a cool thing about the music here is that I don't even have to look at the lineup. I know it's going to be amazing. Like, they curate it perfectly. And like, there's bands like Goose, there's bands like Dogs in a Pile, like, that prove themselves at a place like Peach. And that is exciting as a music lover. You never know what you're going to see. There's like Doom Flamingo. This is amazing. The Wharf Rats are sharing the space with us too, which is incredible. There's so much to it. There's so much to it. Yeah.
You're hired, dude.
I don't think you can pay me my rate.
I know that we can't.
Yeah. Mel
I
already
live with us.
took your pay. Yeah. So we all work day jobs still.
Speak for yourself.
And Mel was the first one. She quit her day job, and she was like, I just forcibly inserted myself into the no. I was like,
I mean, you got to do what you got to do around here. I decided that working my magic in real life is more important than playing the game, their game. I'm gonna play my game now, and it's been freaking great. It's liberating, and I feel more in control of my life and more magical, and I feel like my energy's rubbing off on them, and my mentality
Oh, it
of
is.
like it is right, and
Completely.
it just
I
I feel
love-
like we started.
Yeah, we both wanna quit our
You know,
jobs,
we're all
too.
serious. You know, No Simple Road. We're talking like, oh, Aaron wants to quit his day job since 5 years ago. Okay, fine. We're 5 years in. I'm jumping. I'm doing it. One of us got to do it. And that's when the magic happens. It's like, oh, the universe sees that you're serious because now you're walking on a wire. So you get blessings, and it's freaking happened.
Jen, did you find that with music? Did you ever have a time when it was like you didn't know if you were going to do this or something else?
Nope.
Okay. Never mind.
No, I had a job one time. I had a job once in my life, like a regular job, and I was 16 years old. Did I tell you the story when I was talking to you? All my friends were starting to get jobs. They wanted to get cars. They wanted gas money. They needed a car, whatever. All my friends were getting jobs, and I came home and I was like, Mom, I want to get a job. She's like, okay, why do you want to get a job? I said, because I want money. Okay, well, what are you going to do? I was like, I don't know. My friends are working at a gas station. I don't know, something. And she was like, well, why don't you think about what you can contribute? What are you good at? What could you give back? And so I curated an entire 2.5-week jazz workshop for kids. And I made more money than all my friends put together in a year. And I did something I was good at. I helped people. I gave back, and I put a bunch of money in my pocket, and I was like, "Oh, you can do this? Yeah, like I can do
way to
it."
go, Mom.
But I was
But wait a minute,
12.
Not
You know,
everyone
like-
can do it, Jen, but you have the gift, and you put the work into sharing
Yeah.
it.
But listen to
It's
that,
big.
Mom, your language,
Mom.
your mom's language.
Yeah. It was
What are you
very-
good at?
it was
What do you
very
want
much-
that for?
Yep.
What are you going to contribute?
She made you
Why
think
do you
the
want a
whole
job?
thing
She made you
What
think
are
about
good-
it
Yeah.
instead of, okay, go for
Right.
it. No, like, let's
What
do
she
something.
probably meant was, you're not taking my damn car to a job every day. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably, but the way she chose to word it was different. No, but that set an entire, that was a mind setter for me.
Yeah,
You know?
sounds like it.
The power behind that is.
Thank you, Mom.
The
Yeah.
power behind moms. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to all the moms out there.
Love it.
Yeah.
All your moms and all the moms.
Don't let your kids take shitty jobs.
Yeah.
Well, it was
Oh,
it
that's
was-
great. You know what? That is
prior-
excellent
prioritizing.
advice.
yeah.
That's no. I think we should need to just remember that. Repeat it. Don't let your kids take
What do you,
shitty jobs.
Right, but like, what do you love to do? Like, it was. I was so young. I was 5 years old. 4 years old when I started playing piano. Like, that's all we did as a family. That's all we did. That's all I did. I never stood a chance to do anything else. And what a blessing that is to always know, because there's so many people who don't.
That's true.
And I have a stepdaughter who I came into her life when she was about 16, and she's
Oh,
now
wow, that's
20
hard.
She's now 27, and
Same age as our daughter.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she just like, I thought, man, I wish I had gotten to her sooner, because I would have like
Foundational.
I would have asked her so young, like, what you love to do, what are you good at, what are you passionate about, and like fostered that, Anyway, but there's a million kids out there like that who
Yeah,
just
they
like
just need to
don't-
hear that
they just
word,
need to
those
hear
words.
it. They just like think that they're supposed to float along and supposed to know whatever.
Can you make a song about that?
Sure, right now?
I
No,
mean-
I'm just kidding.
Right here, right now. You heard it
wasn't
first.
gonna try to test your skills
right
like that.
now. I wrote that. Don't let
Yeah.
your kids get shitty fucking jobs.
Done. This is a mic drop moment. That's it. Aaron, don't ruin it.
No, I'm not gonna. We're gonna. Maggie's gonna come.
Maggie?
Maggie's coming.
She is?
So
Oh.
Does she know where to find you? I'm sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
know where to
Matt-
find
Was
you.
it hard? It
What
was
time
like
is it?
kinda-
Because I have to get to work.
go-
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not-
3:30. It's
there's
3:30.
No, I mean,
There's
I actually
30
don't. One of the
people.
nice
Okay.
things about my job is I can show up.
Before
whenever.
we,
But I'm just
can we
tripped
do
out.
this? One second. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow, 27. And I just, because we can't be there with her, I want everybody to just say, happy birthday, Sid. So I'm going to get my phone, and if we
Yeah.
can do that, that would mean the world to me, because she's my little angel, All right, let
Yeah.
me grab my phone.
You're my darling angel.
Well, it's rare that we're usually not with Sid or something.
Yeah.
At least lately.
4th of July birthday. Like she thought that the fireworks were for her whole life.
That's good parenting right
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah. I have to make sure to
like-
tell her that. Yeah.
Everybody.
So us turn this way.
Wait, I'm too. Go.